So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about rapper Erica Banks only wanting baddie BBL friends to hang out with her. Now this clip of Erica Banks describing what type of friends she wants in her circle, who can go out with her, how people have to be dressed, and basically the super suit that someone must wear to be acquainted with Erica Banks was leaked from her close friend's Instagram story. It's a bit of an eyebrow raiser and like literally, not figuratively, that someone would be this selective with the type of friends that they have, that for Erica Banks, it's as serious as the requirements that she listed. Let's take a look.
A certain type of look. If she don't look how I want her to look physically, I don't want her to come, because the look of everything is so important to me. Like if she ain't thick enough, nope. Her not did good enough, nope. Can't dress, nope. Skinny, nope. And it's like, I don't feel like I'm discriminating. I just want a certain type of look. She could be the sweetest girl I ever met in my life, but if she don't look the part, I don't want her to come. Like, that's just not the vibe I'm on. Now, she can come to the cookout, she can come to the listening party, but the club, I feel like bitches gotta look a certain way to come.
Now, if I had one word to describe this entire situation, I would literally say shallow. It is so shallow that the requirements or characteristics that she looks for in a friend are all vanity and image-based versus things like loyalty, dedication, honesty, and so forth. I wanted to show y'all some other videos I found on social media talking about this that share the same sentiments that I do.
The Z-list celebrity Erica Banks, who made a video saying that if you don't have a certain aesthetic, you can't go to the club with her. But this is coming from a woman who can't even pass the Chris Brown, Trey Songz paper bag test to get in their section, right? Imagine discriminating against women and who can and can't go to the club with you. Meanwhile, if you took that energy to an upscale club in LA, you would get that same energy sent back to you, sis, because I promise you, you wouldn't make it into that club and you definitely wouldn't be in nobody's section. Y'all need to humble y'allself. Y'all get in these sections with these trap boys and scammers and you forget that you office hot. You only hot in the hood. You can't go other places, right? But y'all are delusional. If you girls are friends with girls like this, don't feel bad, because all you missing out is being in a section with a dirty couch and overpriced liquor with some girls who twerk, win, stank, sitting up taking pictures for Instagram and making it look like they having more fun than they actually having.
Hello. Rapper Erica Banks shared her preference on who she will and won't go out with. She said if you're not thick enough, not cute enough, or too skinny, you can't sit with her. She says she's not trying to be discriminatory, it's just that ugly girls don't really align with her brand. Everybody's allowed to have their preference, but may I just say I'm so glad that y'all are coming out and saying that you don't want to hang out with broke bitches or ugly bitches or bitches that ain't got their BBLs done yet. Because when I say that I don't hang out with a lot of bitches or bitches like that, I get a side eye, and I knew I wasn't crazy. A lot of women choose their friends based off the aesthetic, and then they wonder why their life is full of energy-draining, messy fuck shit. But that's because you chose the girl with the big booty and the big following, but the bitch had a bird brain, no sense of loyalty, and she ain't even like you for real. Y'all be giving, women were mean to me in high school and treated me like the ugly bitch, and now even though we're older, I get to be mean now. Yikes on a bike! Anyway, you're missing your side tooth or your ass is deflated, I don't care. My brand is for real bitches and real bitches only, and that's all you gotta be to join my team.
So my thing with Erica Banks is that I feel like she is the literal embodiment of the mental illness that can erupt when you're deep fried in the social media aesthetic. For every video I do about body image, whether it's about BBLs, aesthetics, or cautionary tales about undergoing surgery, I've never talked about how being someone who prioritizes and or obsesses over this look can really show how somebody is focused on unimportant or trivial things, and can also really show how people of this generation are so consumed with an image versus the real qualities people need to be a good human being. I understand that this was posted in her close friends. However, I believe whoever posted this was probably fed up with the lack of humility and how much she has changed ever since she herself has gotten her body done. Erica has a BBL, she has veneers, and a very condescending attitude about the type of perception she wants, because when you cascade all of these superficial things into your mental, you're literally a walking Instagram filter with a lack of brain cells to tell you that all of this physical and mental mutilation is very detrimental at the end of the day. Like, I'm going to stand firm on that. I understand people get all types of surgical enhancements and say that they feel fine and are mentally secure afterwards. But for the girls who allow it to become who they are, the insecurity, self-doubt, and accelerated yearning to be quote unquote that bitch is at an ultimate high. I thought this entire situation was shallowly interesting. I've broken this video down into one overall main talking point. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my one and overall main talking point is shallow mindsets. And I think it summarizes where a lot of young women are in society today. Now, just for reference, I always say it, but I am 25 years old. So I'm right here as a peer with a lot of the people that I definitely discuss on my channel. And it's not just about body image, it's about expectations as well. Shallow or delusional expectations for other women, for men, and for themselves in alarming capacities. And what I mean by alarming capacities is going overboard about fulfilling this aesthetic that you would only operate if you, all the other people around you, all the media that you consume, and all the things you wish to be are all subcategories of intense vanity and acquiring and or maintaining this artificial social media look. Now, if you can remember my Why Does Everybody Look the Same video, I spoke a lot about the different trends, makeup styles, or surgical enhancements that are creating this super suit for women in 2022.
Honey?
What?
Where's my super suit?
What?
Where is my super suit?
That super suit being an array of things, but more or less a BBL figure 8 body with a large chest, snatched or small waist, and wide hips and juicy booty. That's the blueprint that all of the girls want or are starting with before they add on the facial fillers, certain hairstyles, and the Instagram boutique Fashion Nova styled clothes, or what people like to call fat wear. Don't shoot me, I'm just a messenger. So I call it a super suit because it works as a superhero costume to make a lot of girls have a boost of self-esteem, self-acceptance, and feeling adequate enough to mesh accurately with what this generation desires to see in young women. At least that's what the hope is. See, what Erica Banks is failing to realize is that her mindset is actually shallow. But the rebuttal to why she feels that this is required, let alone important, is because there's a lot of girls wearing this super suit or wanting to wear it.
Honey?
What?
Where's my super suit?
What?
Where is my super suit?
And because she has it, she feels as though she's reached a level in which she's in a different social bracket than everyone else. That social bracket is said to allude to money, social media followers, brand deals or ambassadorships, and catching the eyes of rich nakers, rappers, and athletes. And let's not forget scammers. For whatever reason, I'll always leave them out, but y'all in here too. Erica Banks just looks like she tries too hard. I don't know what it is, but it just isn't distinct enough for me to separate her from anybody else in the industry, let alone social media. So I do have a definition for what I want to call this and what I think this is. And this is what you call the Jada Weda syndrome. Now, Jada Weda is the nickname or pet name for Instagram influencer, entrepreneur, and baby mother to little baby, Jada Chivas. And I'm not blaming Jada whatsoever, but what I am saying is a few months ago when the I Wanna Be Jada Weda TikTok song trend went viral, a lot of girls jumped on it. And as much as it was technically to be a joke, and I actually thought it was funny when I first saw it, it actually directly reflects the desire of many young women in 2022 and actively correlates to the image and social status that many of the same women desire. The I Wanna Be Jada Weda has power and has meaning. The meaning being that there are girls who want to embody what Jada is, which is a poster child for urban social media success, bad bitch culture, attractability, wealth, and exposure to the finer things in life. The power that it has is allowing for more focus and the appetite to embody this by any means necessary. So looking further into what Erica Banks is stating in regards to having Jada Weda syndrome, she wants to be one of the staple it girls in urban pop culture like Jada, have a whole bunch of bad bitch friends like Jada, do club hostings and be internet eye candy like Jada, and honestly know that you are the main girl or center of attention in your friend group and use that to your advantage like Jada. And again, I'm not blaming Jada directly. I'm more or less saying that this culture of wanting to look like these Instagram girls has now rebirthed itself in this way. So for Erica Banks wanting her friends to assimilate to this imagery, I think it shows a true lapse of character and a true lack of humility. I'm gonna be real. Erica Banks is a 6 at best. I'll probably even give her a 5. And I'm not saying that to put another woman down. I'm saying that if you look at how she's naturally looks prior to the enhancements from her face, body, the way how she dresses and so forth, it's honestly not touching the pinnacle girls of this it girl, bad bitch, Instagram model culture that we're currently in. So she's making requirements that her herself wouldn't be able to fit in if we're judging her based off of what she looked like or just judging her off of her original self. And even with her enhanced self, I still don't think she reached that imagery because because the law of attractability for what people want in 2022 does not mesh with her. That's in all honesty, like flat out. Not even trying to be funny. So her character is in question because the lack of humility shows that rather than acknowledging the fact that her body enhancements have somewhat given her more of a buzz, more of a second look, and more consideration to include her in that conversation, at the end of the day, it still doesn't measure up to who she thinks she is or who she thinks she wants to be. Like, I'll be real enough to say that to a certain extent, I see what she was trying to say. If you want all your friends to be pretty, so be it. But it is a slap in the face when we all know that the person making these requirements doesn't equate to the same standards. How quickly people forget what they used to look like. And I've seen this with a lot of women who get their bodies enhanced. Now all I see are pictures of you in WWE outfits. Now all I see are videos of you doing the Tool Out challenge. Now all I see is this inflated ego because it took a couple $1,000s, some doctors, and social media to finally get you some self-esteem, which is crazy. Self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-assurance cannot be purchased. And the faster that young women within this generation can understand that, the faster all of these pressures will go down, these expectations will go away, and these bird brain bitches will stop being hatched. To say that if somebody is not thick enough or too skinny or they just don't fit a certain look and these people are supposed to be your friends, it just shows how many of these social media friend circles are full of fabrication, falsities, and foolish behavior. Like, for real, just fake, literally fake. And the fact that she is saying all of this while wearing a filter is so hypocritical because how are you the judge of looks if you can't stand 10 toes and not showcasing yourself without enhancement? I'm not saying don't use filters because I definitely do, but it just makes the situation way more ironic. And you know what's funny? A lot of these friend circles are so envied. And I know in high school and in early college, I used to be one of the girls who envied the pretty girl circle until I grew up and realized that a lot of those friendships are formed solely for aesthetic. We see all the time on Instagram where certain Instagram models or influencers or even YouTubers link up solely on the purpose that they all are the pretty girls with their bodies done and Prada purses and take pictures in random places and frequent the local clubs and want to attract the eyes of a baller and roll in groups of similar women, all for an aesthetic. All to feel as though when they enter a room, they are better than everybody else or shitting on everybody else. And I don't want to solely say that girls who are pretty and hang around each other are all like this because that's not the case for everybody. However, it's not hard to tell which group of girls are only friends because of the common denominators that they share. Erica Banks has advocated for getting surgical enhancements as if it's an easy walk in the park. I feel like her words to promote getting a BBL seemed very desperate, like I only got this because I was tired of not being considered a who's who type of ordeal, because it was really passive and really casual for her when she spoke on it.
It looks good. What do you say to people, who may be shocked to take that step with, so much on social media these days about body positivity?
Get your body done. Get your body done. You're gonna feel so much better about it. Like I hated going to the gym, sweating my hair out, like messing my hair up every day. So once I got enough bread, I wanna get my shit done.
Get that BBL.
Get that BBL, sis.
People were calling Erica a body bully, and I think there are some women who get the enhancement and turn into a body bully because their newfound confidence is telling them that they made it. And I don't know where they made it. I don't know, maybe Timbuktu or Willacoochee, Georgia. Not sure. But it's definitely giving, I look down on others because I have something that they don't have. And this BBL culture has produced a lot of that. The inflated egos because you're finally getting attention when half the time you're only getting that because your personality has changed into somebody that you never were. Erica Banks sent out several tweets in response to this backlash, and I wanted to make comments on them. She says, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I've never been one to convince people of liking mine. My preference of who I club with when it comes to my brand has nothing to do with y'all. Y'all never liked me anyway, so why would I care about what y'all think about anything I say? Okay, so my response to that is, at the very least, she is standing in her BS, but Erica, you're reaching with this whole what looks good for my brand line. Like, sis, your genuine friends, supporters, and homegirls are not supposed to be a brand or marketing strategy for you. She's not in a rap group or anything like that. You cannot expect all of your friends to be surgically enhanced or even naturally endowed with this requirement, especially when you yourself do not have that look naturally. Like, look at Glorilla and all of her ratchet ass friends. Some of them have ass and titties and some of them have no ass and titties, but all of them are her genuine friends who helped her song blow up by being their genuine and natural selves. So there's an illusion with what Erica and many other girls seek out in friendships because everything is so image-based these days. These girls are so enamored by the publicity of bad bitch culture that they'll artificially create friendships and genetically modify themselves to look the part. These joints be having GNOs full of GMOs. Like, if you know, you know. Now, the next tweet was a response from a Twitter user who said, but before you became a rapper with money and your body done, who the F were you before? Better humble yourself, love. In which Erica then responded and said, I was still Erica Banks, dumb bitch. A BBL doesn't solidify who I am, and I can hang out with who I choose. Ooh, she big mad. Erica, listen, beloved, a BBL shouldn't solidify who you are, but for you, it does. Because with her being a one-hit wonder, and I mean that with no shade, just facts, the most recognition that she's received after her Bust It song died down was literally the conversations about her body and BBL. Ever since she's gotten her body done, all I see is the body. The aggressive and horrible model walks that all of these girls do, and y'all know I'm a model director, so it's cringy to see these walks, child. But the way she changed up what she wears to complement her new body, and just this idea of feeling like the last piece to her rapper aesthetic was getting the BBL super suit.
Honey?
What?
Where's my super suit?
What?
Where is my super suit?
So it did make her, and that's actually sad because it shouldn't. It should be a literal enhancement, but this generation has made it to where if you have this look, you can profit off of it. And that's why I feel like if you get a BBL now, a lot of your reason for doing so is more for vanity, money, and attention versus anything else. Her next tweet said, lastly, I love my skinny, smaller women with a passion. Let's not get it misconstrued. However, when I go to the club, I want thick bitches shaking ass everywhere. That's my vibe. There are even skinny women in my music videos handpicked by me, so stop it. Now y'all have a good day. I mean, the deflection is real because it's always this classic move of I have a black friend as an excuse. Like the whole I love skinny women, I have skinny women in my videos who I picked just reminds me of the racist white person who gets called out for their racism and then says, well, my friend is black. Like, okay, that's cool and all, but your words and actions contradict the situation. She was better off coming out with a Twitter response saying that she stands in what she says, but she acknowledges that she should be more sensitive about making comments like that because she could offend her fans as well as her friends who don't look like what she's described. Like, this video was leaked from her close friends, so clearly one of her close friends was definitely offended, and that's why this went viral. These parasocial relationships are weakening the mindsets of young women and the attempt to find genuine friends and make connections. Like, you're really not gonna hang with somebody in the club because they're skinny? That's so lame and shallow, and I think Erica projects her previous insecurity onto others. That's one of the side effects of being overconsumed with image, aesthetic, and social media. And you'd be surprised how many people think this way. I don't necessarily mind someone wanting a friend who shares similar interests and characteristics, whether they are tangible or intangible, but the body requirement is where I draw the line. Surgery has made women who are socially a 5, if not under that, think that they are an 8 because of the implants, the shots, and the enhancements, and it's also very scary. Like, I want people to be real with themselves. That's not to say that you should believe that you were ugly, but you should know what factors are contributing to your overall attractiveness, especially if you went and bought them. There's actually a lot of mainstream female rappers that even without the enhancements, the face card is still valid and doesn't decline. So people really need to know their place if something else is raising those numbers. The same girl who was making this rubric for attractiveness of her friends is the same girl who was just shaking her new booty in front of high school kids just a few weeks ago. You cannot tell me that a BBL is not a super suit because the audacity that it causes for some women is definitely super. She said that she isn't being discriminatory, but she literally is. The reason why a lot of girls fall out with their friends all the time is because they literally befriend girls with followers, story of my college life, girls with a lot of male attention, and girls whose personalities and attitude don't even align with who you are. Stop choosing your friends based off of aesthetic and start looking at authenticity, support, morals, and character. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below in the comment section. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If you haven't already, please follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Chioma, can I hold some? Nah, I can't do that. False claiming bitches, but all I said is truth. Yeah. Never heard of you when they asked, I said, who's that? Mention in the motherland and it will push your roof back. Y'all hoes be swearing y'all get in the bag, but it must be a joke or a gimmick. Y'all hoes be swearing y'all music is hot, but I'll fry your ass on the skillet. Y'all hoes be swearing y'all running the game, but couldn't even play in the scrimmage. She forgot I'm it, so we about to play tag. Bam! Whole lot of Chomas on their ass. Yeah, whole lot of Chomas on their ass. Goddamn, whole lot of Chomas on their ass. Man, whole lot of Chomas on their ass. Better run, cause it's whole lot of Chomas on their ass. Oh, riding the 05 Camry. Long legs call me Bambi. Tryna make a Billy, not Mandy. Keep my foot on your neck, it's a stampede. Started fucking with bosses, now he's always giving me back pain. Counting so much money, it's just like I'm playing math games. Yeah, they call me Queen, and Chioma is the last name. Long way from North 3rd Street, long way from Northeast. Baby Glock with no baby. I want a 7 Series Mercedes, and I know you mad if you play me. It's still a few of y'all that hate me. Neck white ice dripping rabies, wrist frostbite, please save me. New fit on and it's rainy. Roll the scepter out, Allegheny. Up all night while you snoozing. At the W while you losing. Toes all white, yeah they cooning. 9 strokes in, now he oozing. So stop like a red light, you sweet like a biscuit. And they gon' watch this queen shit like it is Netflix. They bite and suck me like a damn mosquito. And your man be licking me like fingers and Cheetos, bitch. Whole lot of chummers on their ass. Whole lot of chummers on their ass. Whole lot of chummers on their ass. Whole lot of chummers on their ass.